Let's go to New York. It is day 12 of the sex trafficking trial for Sean Diddy Combs. Here's what we can expect when court starts in about 1 hour. Deonte Nash, Cassie Ventura's close friend, who worked for Combs for 10 years, he returns to the stand for more cross-examination. During his testimony yesterday, he described the times he says he witnessed Combs be violent with Ventura. Here's part of his testimony where he's describing an alleged violent attack from Combs on Ventura. Because this is a federal trial, we have no audio or video coming from inside that courtroom, so this is an AI-generated voice from court transcripts.
Did you hear a knock at the door?
Yes.
What did you do in response?
I opened it.
Who did you see outside the apartment door?
Puff.
What did Mr. Combs say when you opened the apartment door for him?
Bitch, didn't I tell you to answer the phone?
Who did you understand he was speaking to when he said, bitch, didn't I tell you to answer the phone?
Cassie.
What did you see Mr. Combs do after he said that?
Grab her by the hair and pull her off of the couch and start hitting her.
When you say grab her by the hair, who did Mr. Combs grab by the hair?
Cassie.
And after Mr. Combs grabbed Cassie by the hair, what did he do next?
He began to hit her.
Could you tell whether it was with an open or closed fist?
Not really, no.
Could you tell how hard he was hitting her?
Objection. Overruled.
Could you tell how hard he was hitting her?
Pretty hard.
What was Mr. Combs saying as he pulled Cassie by the hair off the couch and hit her?
I just remember y'all going to stop with me.
What was Mr. Combs's tone and demeanor?
He was in a rage.
Where did you, Mia, and Cassie go after Mr. Combs? Immediately after Mr. Combs started hitting Cassie.
We ran to her bedroom.
To Cassie's bedroom?
Cassie's bedroom, yes.
What did you, Mia, and Cassie attempt to do in her bedroom?
Try to close the door.
What happened when you, Mia, and Cassie tried to close the bedroom door?
Puff pushed it open.
After Mr. Combs pushed the bedroom door open, what did you see him do next?
He continued to attack Cassie.
And how was he attacking Cassie?
With his fists and kicking her.
And what parts of Cassie's body did you see him kick and hit?
I mean, it was so fast.
But did you see him
Yes.
make contact with her body?
Yes, he made contact, yes.
What did you do to try to help Cassie?
I jumped on Puff's back.
How did Mr. Combs react when you jumped on his back?
He threw me off.
Where did you land?
On the floor.
Were you injured?
I was a little sore.
What did Mia do to try to help Cassie?
Jump on his back as well.
When you say his back, whose back?
Puff.
How did Mr. Combs react when Mia jumped on Mr. Combs' back?
She was thrown off as well.
What did Mr. Combs do after throwing you and Mia off of his back?
Continued to hit Cassie until her head hit the edge of the bed frame.
What did you see happen after Cassie's head hit the edge of the bed frame?
He still continued to hit her for, a short time. And when he noticed the blood, he just panicked.
So what blood did you see after Cassie's head hit the bed frame?
Blood coming from her head.
How much blood did you see coming from Cassie's head?
A lot.
And did Mr. Combs stop hitting Cassie immediately after her head hit the bed?
No.
For about how much longer did he continue to hit her as she was bleeding from the head?
Couple of seconds.
After that, at that point, were you still in the room?
Yes.
And where was Mia?
Getting towels.
And what were the towels for?
Cassie's head.
And where was Cassie?
She went into the second bathroom.
As you all were leaving the bedroom, what, if anything, did Mr. Combs say to you, Mia, and Cassie?
Look what y'all made me do.
And how did you see her the next day?
FaceTime or something like that.
And when you saw her, what, if any, injuries did you see?
She had stitches on her forehead. She had a gash on her forehead.
You just heard the name Mia. We are expecting this important government witness today. This woman who goes by the name Mia. She is a former assistant to Combs. In the opening statements, the federal prosecution said that Combs raped her. So after hearing all this damning testimony, we are asking, how can a friend witness abuse and still continue working for the alleged criminal? So it's an important question, and we want to bring in a guest to discuss this with us this hour. Entertainment commentator Holland Reed. Holland, thank you so much for being with us this morning. You know, you do hear people kind of talk about situations like this, and being inside the courtroom, we heard so much abuse that was taking place. It's very hard to listen to. You go home at the end of the night, and it's trying. It's trying on the soul. You see these videos. So, Holland, you have been to, I want to talk a little bit about the background. You've been to some events or a party with Sean Diddy Combs. Kind of talk about that, and maybe talk about the circles in being in there and how we're hearing witness after witness come to the stand and talk about witnessing this abuse, but then not leaving employment with him, not doing anything about it.
Kelly, thank you so much for having me on this morning. Wow, this is super personal for me on so many levels. Yes, I was a dancer and an actress back in Los Angeles. I did a couple of award shows and was invited to these parties. Not those parties, but the general parties. I've never been to a freak off. I just want to make that very clear for my family and anyone that knows me. But in the same breath, when you are around that level of power and power dynamics, when you're looking at some of the heaviest hitters in the room, in the industry, music, television, entertainment, politics, it is very intimidating across the board. I want to say that it is also, people want to keep their jobs, and most people are really, they're self-serving in these scenarios. I was in an abusive situation that didn't necessarily manifest as bruises or being beat upside my head, but I was blackballed, blacklisted. I was told, lies were told on me. I was ostracized from friend groups. I was ostracized from different agencies. So I know what abuse looks like when someone is not getting their way. And it doesn't always show up in the capacity or the extremities of Cassie's situation, but it's still abuse and it's still manipulation and power. What I can say is, when you are dealing with anybody that has even an inkling of power, money, control, even just a little bit, and the person that I was dealing with just had a little tiny bit, but they can take that and run with it, and then it causes a catastrophe of a ripple effect for the people that are involved. And so that's how I know that friends can be silent. I've had plenty of friends still to this day who will never speak up on my behalf. I can't even imagine what Cassie's level of what she went through, and the people that knew they just wanted to stay in the industry. They wanted to have their jobs, their careers, and who were they going to go to? Who were they actually going to go to? He is Puff Daddy, Diddy, Love, Sean Combs. He was an empire. He is a machine. I've been saying that. This was not just one person. There was no one these people could go to. So either you leave the career or the industry, or you just become silent and stay loyal and hope for the best.
Holland, and it is a difficult situation, and you hear, and there's different degrees. Obviously, you know, you hear about the lifestyle that Cassie Ventura was having, the private planes traveling to Ibiza, South Africa, all over the world. But it doesn't necessarily have to be that glamorous or an extravagant of a lifestyle. It can just happen in a regular place of employment as well. You might see something, and then a lot of people might say, you know what, just keep your head down. You're getting a paycheck. You need the paycheck. Don't say anything. It's a really tough situation. But that said, when you're deciding the fate of a man in court, and jurors are listening to this, and they're hearing both sides. They're hearing witness after witness get up there and say, I saw this, but yet I didn't do anything. And defense counsel's picking up on that and saying, well, you stayed. You called him again after you saw that abuse, or after he did this to you. You went back, you wanted to work with him still. Jurors have to decide if he's guilty of these crimes, and they're hearing these conflicting reports from the witnesses.
I will say this, Kelly. Deonte, the one thing that he did with his testimony, is that he humanized the experience that Cassie went through. He did not paint her in a prettier picture. He was very much a part of the chaos. And so what he did was also show she was terrified for her life. She was scared for her friends and her family. She did want her career. She didn't know what to do. She was young. She was impressionable. She was gullible. She was also drugged on a regular basis, probably not in her right mind a lot of these times. And the power dynamic from a 22-year-old at that time, or whatever the years were, it was a big age gap of someone also in power, not just an age gap, but a power dynamic gap. And she was the one that was at his beck and call. She did not know better, but now she knows better. She's doing better. I would just like to say this is a woman who just gave birth yesterday. She is in a rebirth period. I want to give her kudos. It takes a powerful woman that is changing her life to stand up on a stand, 8 months pregnant, still give birth and still be cooperating with the FBI on one of the biggest trials of a century. So this is not a 22-year-old little girl we're dealing with anymore. We're dealing with a grown woman who is dealing with her own reckoning and also the reckoning of an entire industry and empire.
Good point, Helen. And it was amazing to watch her testimony and how she was able to sit there in the witness box and answer questions on cross-examination that were not easy, talking about her personal life, going through that binder of men that she had to flip through, being asked to name them. And these were men that she participated in the freak-offs with. I mean, just watching her flip through these binders and her reliving it. But she held up extremely well on the stand. It was quite remarkable to watch. Helen, thank you. You are sticking around with us this morning, so I appreciate that.
Absolutely.